Hey guys, it's the Win Macklin Techie.
Hello, man. I'm the honest reviewer using the animator's avatar. How are you doing?
Well, as a filler video for my two video projects, which is the comparison of Twitter clients and geek stuff, I stumbled upon this very interesting and sort of depressing clip that made me rethink my priorities in life.
Really? Oh my god. This sounds completely serious. What happened, man? What is this video that made you think this?
But don't listen to what I say. Just check it out. As you know, Sonic Colors is coming out on November 19th.
Wait. Sonic? Oh, God. This is gonna be something completely and utterly retarded, isn't it? Like eye color or height or quill numbers or something equally as stupid as that. Oh, and I'm sorry for being a nitpicky bastard here, but I thought Sonic Colors came out during the 16th of November, which is literally, 7 days after your video got uploaded.
And, well, I saw a little bit of a sneak preview, and it wasn't exactly sneak, since why would SEGA publish it if it was sneaky?
Okay, you really don't understand the concept of a sneak peek. A sneak peek is where they just show a tiny snippet of the game. Just to get the fans pumped up for the release.
But you guys gotta check it out.
Hello, happy people. Buckle up as Eggman's ultra-accelerating space elevator whisks you to an interplanetary wonderland of fun.
I can't believe somebody was dumb enough to leave the keys in this thing. It's like Eggman's begging us to sneak in and trash the place.
Man, this thing's got some crazy fast acceleration.
You call this fast?
This amusement park has been constructed entirely out of a sense of remorse for my past transgressions and is in no way associated with any sort of evil plot or premeditated misdeeds.
That's a relief.
Okay. What seems to be the problem? I honestly found nothing wrong with that clip there.
What was SEGA thinking in hiring Roger Craig Smith to be the new voice of Sonic? I mean, what were they thinking?
Voice acting. Voice acting! Why? Why am I not surprised? This is a Sonic fan base! They'll bitch and moan about anything! I'm surprised that no one has ever made a rant video complaining about Sonic's size by now!
A couple months ago, I saw this video of advertisement for a Sonic spinball ride at a certain hotel, and his voice is really deep. But I read a comment said that they edited it, and I wasn't pissed anymore. Then I saw this, and I'm still pissed. All right, SEGA, if you want Sonic to have a deep voice, just don't. Sonic is great with this cocky, high-pitched voice, and although Roger Craig Smith does add in the cockiness that Jason Griffith could never do.
Yes, and that's exactly why they got rid of him. Because a lot of you Sonic fans kept complaining about Jason Griffin, so they got rid of him and replaced him with a new actor. Don't you see what they've been doing? They tried to get you guys something you want, and look at how you're reacting. It's Sonic 4 all over again! And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but were you looking at your computer screen to find out who voiced the Sonic in the past few games? Seriously, you didn't really know that by the time you were making this rant? Seriously?
I really don't get why they had to take out Ryan Drummond in the first place. I mean, what's his face? Who is? Sorry, I'm doing some research here.
And now it's time to kick the dead horse. Dude, you should have really done your research before you decided to make this rant. That way, we wouldn't have to spend a few seconds waiting for you. Either that or you should have cut this part of the video out.
Mike Pollock is perfect as Dr. Eggman. And, that's just great, because, he's a really good Dr. Eggman. So just take out the dead. Well, I hate to be so rude. Because, see, what's his face? Oh my god.
Nice jump cut, by the way. Seriously, Why are you doing this in one take and you didn't even do the research before you did it? This is where any filmmaker would stop the video completely, do the research, and then come back and probably do it all over again. But no, you didn't do that. You decided to film this entire rant in one take. Well, at least I gave you props. You did edit it. Barely.
Dean Bristow was perfect for Eggman, and I'm so sorry to hear that he died in like 2005, late 2005, of a heart attack. But it just really pisses me off how he had to take out the whole cast and replace it with a new guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the dubbing for Sonic X come out around 2003? And don't quote me on this because I heard this from 4Kids, and we all know how good they are at making up bullshit to cover in their own ass. But from what I heard, they changed the entire cast because for some reason they didn't want the fans to confuse the continuity from the games to the continuity within the show. Of course, they also said it was because Ryan Drummond lived too far away from the casting studio, but again, this is 4Kids we're talking about, and they probably made up this bullshit, again, to defend themselves.
And what really pisses me off is, you know, it's okay. Mike Pollock is an amazing Eggman. I actually think he's somewhat better than Dean Bristow, though Dean had that old man touch in it, probably because Dean Bristow was an old man. But, you know, I really don't like how they have such a terrible voice. So SEGA, if you are watching this...
Isn't that cute? He thinks SEGA is actually watching him.
Contact me, thewinmacklintechie@gmail.com, alright? I have some really good ideas for a better Sonic game, and I have some really good reasons why we should take... Okay, I hate this reflecting. I have some really good ideas for...
Ah! Dude! Put the glasses back on! Your eyes are scaring me!
Better Sonic games, and I'm currently writing the script for one in the process. Alright. Wow. Okay. I think I'll do glasses on.
Yes. Yes. Let that man make Sonic games. He will be perfect. Oh, wait a second. He doesn't even know what the concept of a sneak peek is. Never mind. Get rid of him. But in all seriousness, and again, I'm sorry that I have to beat a dead horse here, but what makes you think that Sonic is going to find your video and they're going to contact you directly after watching it? I'm sure they have so much better things to do than to go on YouTube and find concepts for ideas on a new Sonic game. I mean, I'm pretty sure that thousands, if not millions, of other fans have been submitting ideas to SEGA over and over again for new Sonic games. So what makes you think they'll go to you? And also, if you think that this rant is going to do anything about Sonic Colors, you're too late, because the game came out 7 days after this video was posted. By that time, the game was already getting ready for being shipped to stores, so you're a little late. And I bet if they even left Jason Griffin, the voice Sonic in Sonic Colors, you all would have still been bitching. It's an endless loop with you Sonic fans. You're never satisfied with anything, even when SEGA listens to you. Remember around 2005, you guys were wanting SEGA to rush their new Sonic game? Well, what happened to that? It ended up being called Sonic 06. Oh yeah, y'all remember that game? Oh, and then last time that SEGA listened to you, you all wanted the old school Sonic game back. And what did they give you? Sonic 4! And what ended up happening? So many people started bashing it for no fucking reason. And now they give you another thing you want by getting rid of Jason Griffin. And now we have this. You know, it's reasons like this that I have grown to hate Sonic this past few years. And I hate its fan base even more. It's just filled with nothing but creeps, geeks, and idiots. Joshua 8428. You know, for a while, this user used to be one of the worst commentators on YouTube. Well, then he got his account hacked, and he started to do decent works. But here's the thing. what happened a while back was that Joshua did 2 one-shots on very popular YouTube commentators on Supersonic 407, also known as Ryan, and Transformers Fancos. Now, these one-shots he did were pretty much terrible because he was basically commentating on jokes. That's right, jokes, of all things. And we all know, looking at Shadowstar and his commentary on Nostalgia Critic, taking jokes seriously only makes you look like a dumbass. However, the worst thing about them was that he hardly said anything that was constructive or considered criticism in those videos. What actually happened was he gave his points after he posted the video. That's right, after, not during the making of the video, where you're supposed to make points in when you do one-shots. No, when people call him out on it, on what he did wrong, he started giving points afterwards. Oh, but that's not the worst thing. What happened is, a friend of mine known as the dreaded Dormammu asked Joshua to do a commentary on one of his videos, and he said no. And when Dormammu asked why, it's because Shavik said that My Little Pony fans are stupid. And apparently one of Joshua's friends just so happens to be a fan of My Little Pony. So you can already see what's wrong with that. In fact, her name is Chana Forever, and she did a response video to that. And of course, just like those one-shots, people got on Joshua's case on that. And Joshua got so pissed by what was going on, the events with the one-shots and the events of the My Little Pony thing, that he got so pissed that he made this butthurt video, which I'm going to commentate on. Let's take a look.
Congratulations, YouTubers. You have now just completely ruined me. Because of your stupid mouths and misinterpretations and all that stuff, I've lost a friend that was close to me.
Okay, we're like, 16 seconds into this video, and right now Joshua already sounds like this other butthurt person that got commentated on multiple times. I wonder who that could be.
Ugh.
Okay, are you actually gonna say some words, or are you just gonna pause for a while? Hey, am I mistaken, or is Joshy actually crying in this video?
Why can't you just get the point?
Shorter answer, why can't you?
Ugh. Man.
Say something!
People like you these days just don't seem to understand what constructive criticism is.
Excuse me, please, while I give my usual response to stupidity. The award goes to, for Best Actor, it goes to Jeremy Irons of the live-action Tom and Jerry movie.
I was giving constructive criticism. You just thought I was misinterpreting things. Well, you're wrong.
No, you weren't giving constructive criticism. Yes, you were misinterpreting. Seriously, with that one shot of Ryan's commentary, all you did was complain about ear rape. And in Transformers Fanco's one shot, all you did was say, what was the point? And we all called you out on it. And only afterwards, when we called out on your bullshit, you decided to give us what you meant to say. And when we still called you out on it, you just kept saying, No, you're wrong. You're wrong. I really meant to say that. That's the whole point of my one shot. I'm still right. I'm right. You are the one who doesn't understand constructive criticism. Not us.
Ugh. And Ariana, even though I didn't really say these things, I'm really sorry, okay? So stop holding a grudge against me!
Yes! Yes, I know it! This is exactly like Michael Dragon 800's little apology video, where he said he was sorry for creeping out that one tap dancing girl, which made her delete her tap dancing videos, only to go around and blame her on it. Oh, and again, how do you like that hypocrisy there, people? Assuming that Ariana has a grudge against him, even though she only made one video addressing what he did, when Shadvick has a grudge and has showed it numerous times in his videos. He has a grudge against Slap Happy Gamer. He keeps blaming her and accusing her of hacking his account, even though we have proof that she didn't. And he's complaining that Ariana's the one that has a grudge. You know, how about we go a little more in depth? And let me just bring in a good friend of mine that was in the chat to explain what happened. So, Youngblood, please tell me what actually happened to spur this little disagreement that Ariana has with Joshua.
Well, what happened was... Well, what happened was Ariana was very upset, and I didn't know why. So I was, like, in the chat room where it happened, right? And Joshua was entering the chat as well, and he was pretty pissed off because he thought she was misinterpreting, and I was this close to saying, it's pronounced in misinterpreting, shut up. But I was, you know, trying to be silent, trying to be on the, you know, good side of everything. So Ariana got really pissed, and she yelled at him. She tore him a new asshole. Joshua said that the Dread Mamu 1 said that, you know, why did you not comment in my videos? And Joshua says, because My Little Pony's stupid. Now, Ariana likes My Little Pony, obviously. I mean, a lot of people do, but she does. And she got very upset because he was insulting her behind her back. And they're very good friends. So, I mean, what the hell? You know, it's pretty much backstabbing. Right? So Joshua gets really angry and says, dude, I was just being misinterpreted, oh my god, I'm so butthurt, and Ariana's like, no, you shouldn't have done that, you're stupid, you're a terrible person, you really are. And like, Joshua's like, ugh, and you suck, and then I guess he made the video after the conversation, but then he made a video explaining how he was like being framed and everything by Ariana and everything, but the thing was, like, he called, like, the My Little Pony thing, he called it only girls like My Little Pony. Now, if you're referring to the 80s My Little Pony, maybe, but this is the new My Little Pony, and I think, like, it was trying to get to every single demographic, not just women, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was just pretty much generalizing the whole fan base, and that got Ariana pissed off. And the fact is, he made the video, right? He made the video, and he was crying a little, too. You know what he did? He brought Ariana to tears, too, because... like, he kept saying that she was wrong, he kept saying that she was, like, exaggerating.
Tell him to fucking get it over with already.
Exactly, thank you, man. And, like, everything sucked. It was horrible. I mean, and now, like, I guess you could say that his white knights are trying to white knight him, including Michael's cast and everything. But that's the whole story. That's what I got from it, that Joshua is a prick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. This is one of the main reasons why... This is one of the main reasons why I never call you guys. Because you misinterpret things sometimes.
You know, yeah, that's funny. Because... that's the exact same reason, Joshua, why we hardly call you. Quick note, you're not really the best person to talk to on Skype. I mean, I can take into account the numerous times you misinterpreted what we say to you on Skype. Again, I just love the hypocrisy in this. It just makes him look more of an idiot and a jackass than we already think he is.
Ugh. There. Now there's something that will get over your thick skulls.
Yes, why don't you get in your thick skulls? Because that is always such a great argument because you guys won't listen to me since I don't listen to your criticism. And yes, people, after that statement, it's the end of the video. Joshua, you had potential when you started. Hell, you were actually showing more of your potentials when you got your account back and made half-decent commentaries. But when time passed, even I could see you were heading downhill. You took jokes seriously. You barely did research on your topics. For instance, your Gyro Hedgie commentary when he threatened to hack Blockbuster Critic's accounts. And basically, you had no idea what he was talking about when Gyro was talking about him making fun of Sonic fans. I just can't believe it. The amount of hypocrisy in this video and the disrespect that he showed to everyone, especially considering they gave him constructive criticism. How fair is that, people? I knew things were going downhill once he made that stupid opening saying he will show people what true commentary is. I knew it. He was going to go downhill from there. And he did. People, Lee Entertainment was right. Joshua 8428 has not changed a bit. He is still the same butthurt, jackass little kid from before his account got hacked. He's still the same. With that said, all I have to say is, Joshua, I'm really disappointed in you. In fact, seeing your comment section on this video, I can safely say that a lot of other people are disappointed in you. And now, you are back to square one. I hope that it feels great for you.
Hello, this is Roll Pal Connect Team TV here, and today I'm going to be doing a commentary on this guy called Blockbuster Critic. His name is just stupid.
Usually I would ask why does he think the Blockbuster Critic's name would be stupid, but don't worry. There's an explanation that will come up in less than a minute of his video.
And he has a series that he does called Sonic Brain Fart. I will be commentating on a lot of them. This guy is the most biased person I have ever met.
Well, apparently you've never watched Fox News or NBC.
Now, what does he do? He rants about Sonic fans who like Hedgehog a lot.
Oh. I would do a facepalm right now, or a head desk, but I feel those things are just too cliched nowadays, so I'm going to do something a little bit different and far more painful than any of those two.
Why did I do that? Because I am just so fucking sick of when every time someone watches Sonic Brain Farts made by the Blockbuster Critic, they always assume that he is bashing on every Sonic fan when he admitted in the first episode he'd be talking about the idiots of the fan base. Get that through your thick fucking skulls, people!
And some of them I agree with, but the vast majority I don't agree with. So I'm going to do a commentary on this video called Sonic Brain Fart. Sonic Fags in the news? Exclamation point, question mark. So, let's see what this Negro has to say. And by the way, my policy on Negro and niggers, if you're a stupid rap artist, you're a nigger. If you're just stupid and biased like this guy, you're a Negro.
Yes, basically this guy is a racist. Yeah, you see, I told you a probable reason for hating Blockbuster Critic's name would show up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You all know what time it is. It's time for another Sonic Brain Fart.
Why that picture of Sonic? Something tells me he's just going to be a video version of E.D.
Well, why not that picture? I mean, seriously, can you think of a better picture for a series of videos entitled Sonic Brain Farts?
Now, if there's one thing you'll get from this brain fart, it's that the real world knows of these Sonic fags. These Sonic fags do things so outlandish that they actually get put in news reports and everything. But there's another thing you're going to learn from the Sonic brain fart, and it's that Sonic Faggotry does not discriminate amongst the ages. Whether you're in your 30s...
Please, cross out this guy, and especially cross out this guy. And if you are going to use a picture of him, don't use a picture of that was in his college years. I mean, he doesn't dress like that anymore.
Oh, really? Because from what I've heard, there are now even more recent pictures of a knothole residents in diapers again.
I've talked to the guy. This guy's a really nice person. I haven't talked to that guy this much, but he's sort of a nice person. He's not as mean as you want him to think.
Oh, yeah. Chris Chan isn't a mean person. I mean, remember when he was banned from a store for having that wanting a boyfriend-free girl sign over him? Oh, he didn't do anything bad when he was banned. He just tried to run over the manager with his car. Nothing serious. Oh, and you all might be asking, why the hell is he standing up for Chris Chan of all people? Well, just sit down for a moment, people, because this is something very shocking that I don't think you guys can be mentally prepared for, because I even I can't comprehend it. Conic Team TV is a fan of Sonic 2. Yes, that's right. He's a fan of Sonic 2. You want proof? Here's his fan drawing of Sonic 2 as a baby. Why as a baby? Well, we'll get to that later.
To be.
Or if you're younger,
I don't know what those guys are.
No matter who you are, how old you are, it's all the same. This video is Sonic Fags in the news. And this very
First off, stop saying Sonic Fags. It doesn't make you sound cool. It doesn't make people you're talking about sound stupid. Just makes you look like
Awkward pause. It's awkward.
a jackass.
Oh, trust me, people. That statement's gonna bite him in the ass later on.
first Sonic Fag, he loves Sonic so much that he wanted to get a real hedgehog.
Okay, what's the problem with that? I mean, I want to get a real hedgehog because of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Let him finish talking.
Which isn't that bad. But the way he goes about it and the stuff he does, and the reason why...
It's not a bad reason.
Yeah, but just listen how far this kid had to go just because of a hedgehog.
So go back to your gutter, you Negro thing.
Being racist does not make you cool, Conic. It just makes you a jackass. You see, guys, I told you that statement would bite him in the ass, and I'll explain even further later on. Oh, and by the way, what the fuck is a Negro fan?
is what makes it bad. Just take a look at the clip.
A Christmas wish came true for one Kansas boy. 49 News reporter Chad Lawhorn
Yeah, I know, they should have proofread it.
was in Lawrence and tells us about the Christmas tale that involved a lengthy trip through City Hall.
This little guy changed Lawrence law. Or maybe it was this little guy.
See, already we're having a problem with this news report. Sonic the Hedgehog helped change a law.
So what? Technically, it wasn't even Sonic the Hedgehog. It was a kid inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. It was like, let's try to get in a scenario. Like, imagine if guitars were illegal in your state or country. And you have a favorite person that's a guitarist. Now, you wanted to buy a guitar, but they're illegal in your state or country. So, the law to make them legal would be inspired by that person.
You know what I would have done if I was in that situation as this kid? I would have just moved away to where they were legal and then buy it. I know that kind of sounds a little drastic, but again, once you hear what this kid had to go through just to get a fucking hedgehog, I think I still would have sticked with moving.
A real-life law.
By the way, aspiring filmmakers, zooming up on your eyes doesn't help show emotion. Zooming up on your face does, but not just your eyes. And make sure it's a slow, dramatic zoom.
Wow, nice pause before you ended your statement. You know, why is it that around the day of 2010, around the time when the original video was posted, that no one can get the fact that they need to use Movie Maker or any other editing program they have in order to cut out these pauses or stutters? You think by 2010 we would learn.
Use Wheezy Waiter's video as example.
And take a look at the kid's Sonic shirt. Kind of reminds you of somebody.
Okay, seriously, stop showing pictures of this guy from when he was in college. He doesn't dress like that anymore, so shut your mouth.
Are you sure you're defending a knothole resident because he did change, which is bullshit, or do you two share a similar interest?
11-year-old Judson King became so enamored with the blue video game character Sonic the Hedgehog.
What?
So enamored with the blue video game character Sonic the Hedgehog.
Again?
So enamored with the blue video game character Sonic the Hedgehog.
You see what I'm saying?
I have something to say to Blackbuster Critic on this. I know you were trying to be funny with that segment, but once you repeated that scene the second time, the joke kind of got a little staled at that point. Just saying.
So enamored about that blue little hedgehog.
He's an 11-year-old kid. G-zoomies.
G-zoomies? G-zoomies. So you have no problem with saying racial slurs over the internet, but you can't say Jesus? What the fuck is wrong with you?
You ran on 11-year-old kids. What, do you run out of actual Sonic facts? Like, someone actually thinks of Sonic as a religion?
He already did a person who treated Sonic as a religion. Hell, he was in that group shot we saw earlier and you admitted you didn't know who he was. Meaning, you probably didn't even see that episode, did you? Okay, I've been holding this off for a while, but this is why you don't record commentaries over the computer. Because you can tell most of the pauses in this video is because he has to take the time to click and play the video after he's already paused it. Again, this is why it's better that you download the video, record the audio, and then edit them all together.
Has no idea how many people that applies to. He has no idea. This news reporter has no idea. I bet if he were to see my videos, they would do a full investigation.
Oh yeah, because your videos are so important. This guy's ego is bigger than Spain. No, that's Paul McCartney's ego. This guy's ego is bigger than the entire universe itself.
Oh great, we have two bad jokes in the price of one. The first one was stupid, the second one was generic. And what the fuck are you talking about him having an ego? What proof do you have? Because from what I see, that accusation you got from him having an ego is you putting a word in his mouth. Because if you play back the video again, like so,
I bet if he were to see my videos, they would do a full investigation.
there. If you watch that part again, you will notice that he said, I bet if they watched my videos, not that they should watch my videos. You know, when we're entering segments where the commentator is literally putting words in the person's mouth, you know we're going downhill the further we go along.
But let's continue.
He decided he needed a real one. Then
I got the breaking news that they were illegal, and it really made me kind of mad.
So because he loves Sonic so much, he wants a real hedgehog, and because they're illegal, that made him really angry. Which, to any kid that wants a pet that they can't really have, when the parents say no, or they say sorry, it just can't happen, a parent with balls would say, suck it up and move on.
And a parent, probably like yours, would say that, but this kid's parent is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, but you're not understanding what happened here, Conic. This kid's mom literally helped her son to make hedgehogs illegal just so her son could have one. That's not being nice. That is called spoiling.
Oh, but not this kid's mom. No. But let's just keep watching, because what he does to make hedgehogs legal is absolutely pathetic.
How is it pathetic? I mean, just doing what anyone else would do.
Oh yeah, because every time someone wants something that's illegal in the residential area in which they live in, they always have to go and change a law in order to get it. Yes, truly that's a classic tale. I mean, seriously, it's one of my favorites.
Lawrence's animal code has long prohibited the furry rodents in his city limits, a fact that didn't particularly upset Judson's mother.
But then we found out they were illegal, and so I thought, well, that's my out. Now I don't have to get him one. But then he said, well, how do we make them legal?
And that began a 3-year effort, perhaps crusade is a better word, to make hedgehogs legal in the city.
Pretty much did research every single night for the past 3 years.
Now, I'm sure he's exaggerating. Firstly, because there's not enough research on hedgehogs.
He didn't just research on hedgehogs, probably. He researched probably on hedgehogs, the judicial system, the legislative system, and many other things. 3 years probably is a very short time to research on all that.
Okay, first of all, you're assuming. Again. How do you know he had to research all this? For all we know, he did just research hedgehogs. Just saying. If you don't have actual proof of something happened, don't assume it. And also, 3 years is a pretty short time to do research on all this. Are you really fucking serious? I mean, do you know this for personal experience? Did you have to research some things for 3 years in a row?
To last you 3 years of work. It just isn't. Hedgehogs don't really mean that much.
Then why would there be a whole Wikipedia article on hedgehogs? Trust me, there is. I used it for a science project that I did. Well, there be people breeding hedgehogs.
Are you actually going to refute his argument and tell him why hedgehogs mean so much? Or are you just going to continue with this stupid answering his question with other questions? I mean, seriously, that was retarded. So, by your logic, hedgehogs are important and mean a lot to people because there's a Wikipedia page on them, when basically there's a Wikipedia page on almost every animal in existence? And you think they mean a lot to people because they breed them? Well, why? Come on, elaborate. How do they mean much to people just because certain people breed them? I mean, you do know people just breed them just because of the whole Endangered Species Act, right? They don't want their species to go endangered or extinct. So, next time you want to make a point, you need to elaborate. Because so far, you just are coming out of nowhere and saying these sort of statements and just hoping he would believe you. And I'm sorry to say this, Conic, but commentaries don't work like that. You need to give us reasons.
But seriously, he worked 3 whole years legalizing hedgehogs. Why? Because he wants a real one. Why? Because he loves Sonic the Hedgehog.
Again, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with wanting a hedgehog because of Sonic? What's wrong with that?
You still do not understand what he's trying to say, Conic. They basically wasted 3 years of their lives just to legalize hedgehogs, just so they could buy a stupid little animal for that kid. You know, this is why I kept saying that they should better move away to a place where they are legal, because that doesn't take long. Like, less than a month, boom, they're gone. Instead, no. They had to waste 3 years of their lives just so this kid can have a hedgehog.
There was somebody else that put in a lot of effort. Not to
Oh, guys, gonna mention Richard again.
legalize hedgehogs, but to make a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And they spent a lot of time doing that. Who was that?
Ugh. Stop showing pictures of him from this era. I'm serious. You are just a video version of Encyclopedia Dramatica.
Would you like to elaborate on that? I guess not. And besides, what's wrong with bringing up a Knothole's resident's whole baby fetish shit? He's the one who made those videos of himself walking around in a diaper and uploaded them to the internet. You see, this is what I hate about certain people also. Usually assume when we point out someone's bullshit or make fun of someone because they did stupid shit over the internet, they think it's our fault for that. Tell me, Conic, did any of us make those videos of a Knothole resident in a diaper? Did we upload them on the internet? No, he did. And here's the simple rule of the internet. It's one that's best learned now. You act like an idiot, you get treated like an idiot. Simple as that. And because of all the actions that a Knothole resident caused when he was on the internet, people continue to treat him like an idiot because he acted like one. Enough said.
And, I daydreamed about having him. I had like 5,000 pictures of him.
The kid daydreamed about having his own hedgehog.
And kids daydream about being a superhero. Kids daydream about a lot of things. I'm serious. This Negro knows nothing.
I'm afraid I have to agree with Conic on this one, Blockbuster Critic. Kids do daydream about a lot of things. But Conic, I do have to say this. That whole Negro comment was very, very uncalled for.
As if it's such a wonderful and magical experience. Hedgehogs. Oh, yes. Oh, man, I can't wait to have one. Oh. And what's even sadder is that he has 5,000 pictures.
There's probably something even sadder. You want to know? I probably have almost 5,000 pictures of Paul McCartney and the Beatles on my computer and in my house combined. Counting the Yellow Submarine thing above me, counting the Beatles tribute band poster, counting the big Paul McCartney poster to the left of me, counting the the Beatles thing with the Beatles envelope and the Beatles picture and the cover for Yellow Submarine, counting all the Capitol Records collection mini vinyl record sleeves, counting the Beatles calendar and many Beatles calendars I have, counting the Paul McCartney poster behind me, counting the White Album poster I have behind me, plus many many pictures from a Magical Mystery Tour calendar. So having 5,000 pictures of hedgehogs isn't sad. Just means you're dedicated.
Do I even have to try anymore? I mean, this guy just basically admitted he's a fanboy of the Beatles, and he's denying it at the same time. Okay, Conic, how about I flip your logic around? Let's say I have 5,000 pictures of this one girl who goes to my school. Hundreds of pictures of her in my class. Hundreds of pictures of her at lunch. Hundreds of pictures of her going to her car. And hundreds of pictures of her at her house. Yeah, I'm not stalking or anything. I'm just dedicated. You see how easy I just destroyed your logic there, Conic?
Of hedgehogs. 5,000.
After all the research, Judson sent a letter to city commissioners in January 2008, essentially asking them why they didn't like hedgehogs. 11 months later, commissioners put his issue on a city commission agenda.
Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, well, it's great that this is his little government or whatever.
It is great, but because they probably have to deal with bank robberies, maybe even shootouts, or maybe political reform.
Let him finish what he is saying. You want to know why it's not a good idea to comment in the middle of someone's sentence? Because you're refuting what you've heard already from that sentence, even though what's going to still be said further on in the sentence can probably make your argument completely and fucking useless. You see, that's why you have to wait a while before you decide to comment.
Whatever city council cares about his little issue, but seriously, if your council has enough time to put a kid on an agenda because he wants a hedgehog?
You know what? You know how much time it was between the time he sent the letter and when they actually put it on the agenda? 11 months. A lot can happen in 11 months. You can have a bill pass through. You could have a robbery take place. You could have a murder take place. You can have a lot of things take place.
But in the end of it, they still put a kid on the agenda. And that is the end of the video. There were 2 other parts to this, however, the original video was taken down, I can't imagine why, and he later revised them, but they were basically the same thing as the original video, just without the racial slurs. So I was originally going to use part 2 and 3 to replace part 2 and 3 of his original videos. However, once I started downloading, I went to Conic's channel only to notice that those videos were gone as well. However, I watched them, and I can sum up what he said in those 2 other videos in 3 phrases. Shut up, you're biased. He wasn't that bad. And why are you complaining about that? That was it. That's all. That was his huge arguments throughout the entire videos. So now let's talk about this video in question. Conic, have you ever heard of the term pot calling the kettle black? Because at the beginning of this video, you called Blackbuster biased. Well, looking at you and how you presented yourself in this video, you acted biased yourself. I mean, seriously, you kept going out of your way to defend these Sonic fans. I mean, and the second part of the video was where Blockbuster Critic was talking about the kid in a foreign country trying to change his name to Sonic X. And you know how Conic responded to all of this? He tried to say to Blockbuster Critic that that was completely normal. Yes, he kept trying to say a kid trying to change his name into a TV show was normal. I mean, seriously, just going out of his way to defend the Sonic fags and just can't see how stupid they were acting. Now, let's talk about the editing, or lack thereof. Here's some advice, Conic. Do not record commentaries off of your computer. I mean, did you see most of these pauses? Those were mainly from him trying to play the video. And if you're trying to get this style of commentary on Conic, how about you do some actual editing? I mean, look how much pauses were left there. How long they were. And you put in pictures of yourself at the beginning of this video. You even posted pictures of your room in the middle of your video. So what was keeping you from cutting out the stupid and pointless pauses? Really? What's your excuse for that? Were you lazy or something? I want to know. Now, let's talk about the meat of the video. And I have to say, Conic, almost everything you could do wrong in a commentary, you did do wrong. I mean, let's look at your arguments. You kept stopping Blockbuster Critic in the middle of his sentence. I mean, seriously, that's not something you should do often. Like I said a few minutes ago, because your arguments might be proved useless in the next sentence, or the rest of the existing sentence. And seeing that you kept doing this over and over again only gave me the assumption that this was your first time watching this video. Which, if that is true, then that's also not a good thing to do when commentating on videos. Make sure you watch it a couple of times before you decide to commentate on it. And here's an idea. When you're trying to bring up a valid point to refute Blockbuster, actually give reasons behind it. Or how about, if you're going to assume something, give proof to help your assumptions. I mean, most of the time, you just jumped in there and did the whole scenario like, hey, you're wrong. Okay, why am I wrong? Because I said so. It felt like that the entire time. And, of course, you just jump in and insult him with no reason. And, like I said, you assumed he was an egotist. And from what I can see, you only assume that because you put a word in his mouth. Or maybe you have a problem with hearing people. I don't know. Now let's talk about the insults. Well, you called Blockbuster Critic a jackass. Well, I tallied on a piece of paper how many times BBC was being a jackass towards you. And according to you, he was a jackass for saying Sonic Fag. So I counted how many times he said that, including the title of the video. And guess what? Blockbuster Critic was being a jackass at least 6 times. But how about let's look at you? Let's look at the times you were being a jackass. Now this comes from all the random insults you made, the racial slurs, and that egotistical assumption you made that you had no evidence to support. Okay, counting all of that, you were being a jackass at least. Holy shit! Yeah, that's a lot. Much more than him. So, here's an idea, Conic. If you're going to continue making commentaries like you did with this one, just don't. Stop. Because seriously, this was god-awful. I can't even express it well. Okay, you know what? This commentary is around the same level as Shadvick's older commentaries. Yes, these commentaries are that bad.
Is it safe to say Sonic is good again?
Well, ever since Sonic 06, after that, yeah, it was safe.
Yes, only a few seconds in and we already took a joke seriously. And by the way, I'm going to change that picture and give him an avatar that better represent himself. And believe me when I say, once you see it, it's going to make a lot of sense.
Seems like the last 2 years have seen numerous fun titles starring the Hedgehog. It's almost enough to make you forget about werehogs and that time Sonic tried LARPing.
Oh boy, I can see where this is going. This is going to get really bad, isn't it?
Generic IGN review assumption quote for the win!
He was totally dead for a while, but now he's back, and we're ready to love him again. So how does SEGA explain two Sonics? With time paradoxes, of course. A big purple monster thing steals all of Sonic's friends and dumps him into Limbo, where he meets his past self. In order to restore time and space, the Sonics have to relive moments from their past and run really, really fast, because that fixes time somehow. The entire game is an homage to the franchise, full of in-jokes, familiar locales, and characters. I don't want to spoil the story too much, but if you ever thought, I wish my Sonic game had 100% more Tails the Fox in it, then you're in luck.
What does that even mean? Is that really a bad point or a good point? I don't get it.
Oh, I know what it was. It's something that, thanks to you, have proved that neither you or any of the other idiots who commentate on IGN seem to understand. It's called a joke. Now, I know this concept may be a little bit foreign to you. I mean, dear God, you are a third-gen faggot, seeing that you called your commentary a rant video for some reason. I mean, what the fuck were you on? But that's all I'm saying.
Everything in Sonic Generations looks good while you're in motion. Like a racing game, it's designed to be sped past quickly.
Sonic is a platformer, not a racer. Get it through your head.
He said like a racing game. Keyword, like, meaning it was a simile. Obviously, English was your best course.
The layered backgrounds and vistas are nice, but this isn't a game to stop and admire the textures. And if you love Sonic's modern, vocal-fueled soundtrack, why?
Maybe it's because those tracks are actually, catchy and good and, well-written.
Oh, fuck you, IGN! How dare you have an opposing opinion against Sonic music that I like!
In the levels. There are only so many times you can hear City Escape before you want to kill yourself.
Wow, that's such a nice comment, IGN. I mean, really, there are a lot of people that like City Escape,
True, but there's only so many times you can listen to the same music over and over again before it starts getting annoying, which is what he was saying. Misinterpretation, it makes you look smart.
Every major stage in Sonic Generations has two acts: classic, side-scrolling Sonic, and modern 3D homing attack Sonic. Essentially, half of the game is Sonic 4, and the other half is Sonic Colors. Both types of levels are fun, and your preference will likely depend on the year you were born, and if you even remember Sonic before he could spin dash.
I couldn't play video games until modern Sonic showed up, and I love both of them. And you know what? The spin dash was only a 1-year difference between Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. That's not a very good point.
All he's saying is that certain people who are more used to modern Sonic's game mechanics may not be interested in old school Sonic's game mechanics, and vice versa. Oh, but I forgot. Sonic Fag plus third-gen commentary plus IGN game review plus Sonic equals dumbass logic.
The old school platforming and the more modern, almost racing game levels fit together nicely, though there are still the occasional moments of clunky controls that can stop the action dead.
Did he just... Yeah! He boosted into a wall! What the hell? That's your fault, not the game!
Oh yes, that was so his fault, even though that wasn't his gameplay footage that was being shown. Yeah, you do know that IGN has a separate group that captures gameplay footage to be shown in the video review. And yes, I will come out and say that this does defeat the purpose of Sad 2011's one-shot on Loudon, but what I'm trying to say here is the clumsy controls that he's talking about might be present in the game, but not in the places that the review showed. But again, how would you know this? By the time you release this commentary out, the game hasn't even been out yet. I mean, IGN has an excuse. They got the fucking game before anyone else.
Thankfully, they're almost completely optional, so you can just play the good ones. Sonic Generations is a love letter to the Blue Blur, a Sonic game for Sonic fans. It seems like Team Sonic finally listened to the fanbase and took everything that didn't suck about the last 2 decades of Sonic and put it in one game.
I want to focus on this shot for a moment. The game got an 8.5. That's the best score IGN has ever given a Sonic game. And that this asshole is still bitching about it. Let that sink in for a moment.
Damn it, IGN, you really can't go with a Sonic review and not make fun of him, can you? Sure, the score was good, but your complaints just did not make any sense.
Oh yes, IGN, how dare you say things that my mind can barely comprehend.
You boosted into a wall and then called the controls clunky. Does this remind you anyone of anything that IGN did before? Oh yes, that's right, the Unleashed review, where the reviewer purposefully jumped over a dash panel and died, calling it bad controls.
Yeah, I know I already explained that IGN has its own group of people who record gameplay footage, so it's technically not the reviewer's fault of what ends up in the video. But you know what? Sonic Fags are factually dumbasses, so I thought I needed to explain it again. You know what, I'm just going to skip the rest of the commentary because all he does throughout the rest is just bitch and moan about how IGN made fun of Sonic and how they are burying themselves a grave somehow even though they gave the game an 8.5 and basically saying that they better not give the DS version a better score because he thinks it's crap, which how would he know because that game doesn't come out for another month. And anyway, this commentary was just shit. It was nothing but a generic IGN commentary where he took the jokes too seriously and misinterpreted what was being said. And of course, showing us that Sonic Fags are still nothing but ungrateful jackasses. And you know what's sad? People are actually agreeing with him. They're also saying that how dare IGN say such things about Sonic and that they're just trying to make the game look bad on purpose. Again, overlooking that it got an 8.5. But you know what? Those people are nothing but brain-dead idiots, so it's probably better not to pay attention to them. Has anyone here have ever heard of the kid named Peter Mullen Videos? Well, if you haven't, then I guess I should direct you to Daniel Lox's commentary on the kid. Yep, he's the kid who hates the Great Mouse Detective, all because the mice have hair. Yes, that kid. However, we're not here to talk about that video, mainly because it's been taken down, but we're here to talk about another random video. Basically, it has to do with a video called Simba, C is for Cookies, which is basically some guy named Shadow of the Meadows just dubbing C is for Cookies from the Sesame Street over Lion King clips, with Simba singing it. And Peter, well, when he saw this, he just felt like he had to make this video. What's the title of the video, you may ask? It is called Leave Simba in Sesame Street Alone! No, I'm not kidding. That is literally the title of the video. Now you understand why the title I gave my commentary. Anyway, enough delay. Let's get started with the video.
The Lion King, and Sesame Street do not mix.
Yeah, before we continue on with the video, I forgot to mention to you guys that Peter's mic quality is basically shitty. So, in case you don't want a little bit of an ear rape going on, you might want to set your volume down every time he talks. And also, get used to the camera moving around like that, because he did not put this camera on a stand. He's literally holding it throughout this entire video. Peter, all I have to say about this is put your camera on a stand next time.
I mean, why would anyone put a Sesame Street song on a Lion King video?
I don't know. I guess the guy thought it would be funny if Simba was singing C is for Cookies.
I find that offensive. I find that copyrighted. It must be stopped!
Okay, first of all, how can you find this video offensive? What is so offensive about someone just dubbing over C is for Cookies in Lion King clips? What's so offensive about that? Literally, tell me that right now in the comment section. Secondly, you can't claim something is copyrighted. That is in the name of the people in charge. And it can't be claimed for copyright infringement because this video is basically a parody. So it falls under the fair use clause. So you can't do anything about it. I'm sorry that you won't like to hear this, but Shadow of the Meadow isn't the first one to do something like this. There have been other people who basically took clips of animes or animated movies and basically dubbed songs over them. It's not uncommon.
And plus, I want to talk to you about something. I do like The Lion King and I do like Sesame Street, but if I were Simba and singing C is for Cookie from Sesame Street, I would be hiding under a rock. I mean, that would be frickin' embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing now, would it? But luckily, Simba isn't real. He's a fictional character. And of course, anyone can make him sing any song if they get the lip movements right. And again, he wouldn't care. Because he isn't real.
I mean, I hate these videos. They're offensive, embarrassing, mean, copyrighted. It has to be stopped!
Would you like to explain how they're offensive, embarrassing, mean, and copyrighted? I mean, what is so offensive, embarrassing, mean about this video? Hey, how about I give you guys a treat? Let's take a look at this supposed offensive video right now.
Now, what starts with the letter C? Cookie starts with C. Let's think of other things that starts with C. Who cares about the other things? C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for cookie, that's good enough for me. Oh, cookie, cookie, cookie starts with C.
Okay, now tell me, my fellow viewers, did you find anything offensive with that video right there? Please, if you have, tell me in the comments section.
Seriously! Ugh.
I said this with Call Angry 1, and I'm going to say it to you right now. Movie Maker is your friend. Use it to edit out all the useless pauses. Do it!
I mean, Simba was on Disney to be rude. Disney created Simba to make... Simba was on Disney, not PBS Kids!
Okay, you really need to plan this stuff out before you start making a video on it. You just kept stuttering off the walls on that thing. First, you were trying to say Simba was created to be rude, and then you completely stopped and tried to say why Disney created him, and then when you realized that wasn't the right argument, you suddenly just said that Simba was created by Disney. I don't know if that's intentionally what you meant to say because you just kept stuttering off the walls everywhere until you came to that.
The Lion King and Sesame Street do not mix!
Would you like to elaborate on that? I guess not!
I mean, I do like Sesame Street, and I do like The Lion King, but...
You said that already.
If you put both of them together, that would suck. If I were Simba, I'd be pretty damn embarrassed right now.
Okay, this is starting to become a reoccurring flaw with you. You're treating Simba as if he's a real person. You know, this is almost as bad as when those two Twilight bitches were treating Edward as if he was a real person and basically having orgasms in front of their cameras just about meeting him and all that shit.
I mean, sure it's free speech, but It's copyrighted. You're not allowed to use a Sesame Street song and a Disney movie together.
Where in the copyright laws does it say we're not allowed to mix Sesame Street with Disney movies? Tell me. I want the page number right now so I can read it. And again, it's just a parody video. It falls under fair use, which means it can't be sued for copyright infringement. Remember that, kid. Just remember that.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Would you like to elaborate on that as well? Apparently not.
I'm sorry to swear, but I'm just annoyed with these people who make these crappy videos. And all this crap I'm saying is true. All that crap is true.
Okay, first of all, your crap is true. There is just so much wrong with what you just said. And secondly, how are we to believe your crap is true? You've never given us any reasons to believe you. How? How is this video offensive? How is it insulting? How is it bullshit? You just keep jumping around and not giving us any real reasons. I've been noticing this, and it's starting to get on my nerves. If you want people to listen, you need to come up with the reasons behind to back you up. Otherwise, people are going to think you're just pulling shit out of your ass.
I mean...
Dude, what are you doing? Save that for after the video, man. Show some dignity and self-control here for the rest of us.
What the hell? If Simba were real, then... If Simba were real, then you would... Then... If you made a video of him singing C's for Cookie, then...
Come on, man. You could say it. Come on. We know you can.
He'd think you're lying. He'd think you're not telling the truth.
He would think that he was lying. Lying about what? Seriously, how does that make any sense? What would he be lying about? What, is C not for cookies? I always thought C was for cookies. I guess that's all a complete lie, isn't it now? Because you see how much that sentence you just said made no fucking sense?
He'd think you're... He'd think... He'd worry about what other people thought of him.
Yeah, well, luckily he doesn't, because, again, he's a fictional character, so who gives a shit about his feelings?
Well, he did.
He did what? You mind completing that sentence? In the name of the nostalgia critic, let me proceed to shouting at random! But seriously though, I didn't understand anything coming out of your mouth when you did that.
Sheesh. Sorry about those angry noises, but it's a better way of swearing in public.
Oh yes, people, when you're in public, don't curse. Go on a temper tantrum instead. That always works.
You know, sorry. I mean, how can you find offending Simba entertaining? It's just torture.
Again, I have to ask, why are you treating Simba like he is real? You can't humiliate someone if they're not real. You can't torture them if they're not real. And even if he is real, how the fuck would he be able to know this was going on? What, do lions have YouTube pages? I didn't know that!
I mean, Troy was shit in Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, but he was the hero of the first movie. And the third movie as well. Lion King 1.5.
Excuse me, but I thought that the heroes in the third movie was Timon and Pumbaa. That was basically their movie. Simba was barely in it.
Get over it!
Over what? I didn't think that Shadow of the Meadow had anything wrong with him. What are you trying to say? You just pop this get over it crap out of your ass. Again, it just came out of nowhere. Give us a fucking reason. Was there something wrong with the guy? What? What was the point?
I'm just really mad at those people.
Oh yes, because dubbing the Lion King over Sesame Street is such a criminal offense. We should take them all by storm. But seriously, again, this sort of thing isn't uncommon. People have been doing this even before Shadow of the Meadow. I saw a video in where Hellfire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame was being sung over clips from Yu Yu Hakusho. So there. It's not uncommon, and I wasn't angry with that video either. This was made for fun. It wasn't meant to be taken seriously. Seriously, kid, you told Shadow of the Meadow to get over something. Well, you know what? You need to get over this. That video wasn't meant to be taken seriously at all. It was meant to be funny. You're supposed to have fun with it. Simba would not give a shit about it because he is a fictional character. Let me say that slowly to you. A fictional character.
What is their problem?
And yes, the video just ends right there. Okay, now what can I say about this kid that hasn't already been said by me before and isn't already fucking obvious? Well, he's annoying, obnoxious, his audio quality is shit, he's taking something that's not meant to be taken serious and making it into a huge, serious matter, and he is an awful ranter. Okay, Peter, if you are watching this, let me just tell you something. The next time you want to get on someone's case for a video, think about what the video is about. C is for cookies was not meant to be taken so seriously. It was meant for fun. That's probably why the guy did it. He probably made the video because he thought it would be funny and he wanted to share that humor with everyone else. And seriously, out of the 64 people who rated that video, you are the only one to dislike it. Which just shows you didn't understand the concept of the video itself. And if you are trying to make other people dislike this video, well, you have to give us reasons. You didn't do that. All you did was just jump to one topic saying it was offensive, then you jump to a topic saying it's copyrighted, and then you're saying that it's embarrassing towards Simba, even though Simba's a fucking fictional character, so he can't be embarrassed by it. And you gave us no fucking reasons. You just kept jumping all over the place. So, when you want to make a rant video about something, stop and think of what you're going to do in the video before you make it. Try to come up with a script, maybe. Plan everything out. That way it doesn't look like you're jumping everywhere and you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. That's it. I'm done. And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go and find every dictionary and change the wording of cookies because according to Peter, C is for cookies is nothing more than a lie.